Hello, 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 and welcome to day 16. Day 16 of your 30-day meditation. And I'm a little grainy right here in this spot, and I'm liking it. I'm usually in my office with the lights on, plugged into the Ethernet cord, and I'm down here on Wi-Fi. I've got the Christmas tree behind me, and it's as I was thinking of doing this meditation today, I was thinking I wanted to take the focus more off of me and you looking at me and more into you getting really, really comfortable and being present with this meditation and maybe sitting upright or snuggling in and putting a blanket on. And so the focus is more on my voice than me. Wherever you are today, get really comfortable. And um, a lot of you know I'm a random reader. I have all different things in my library, which I'm thinking many of you do, anything from like all different religions. And today, as I was praying to be directed to what I am supposed to bring to you this day, I stumbled across The Secret's second book. So I've read a little bit from the book The Secret, Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret, and this was the next book, and it's called Hero. And so I stumbled upon that and I opened up to something. And as I'm doing this meditation, I'm a business coach and consultant. So a lot of what I'm doing is around what I've learned over 25 years of being sober in recovery and finding a spiritual path through prayer and meditation, and then incorporating it into all of my life, including my business life. And so I know some of you that have joined, and I don't know some of you that are watching this on my YouTube channel, may be business owners. And maybe you're not, maybe you have a thriving career. Whatever it is that you are hopeful to grow and succeed in, I'm curious if you're adding in God, your higher power, and asking to be guided and directed to where you're supposed to be of maximum service in your business, in your career. And so I opened up today to, and it's kind of funny. It's if I found this, and it relates to me, uh, then I'm wondering if it relates to some of you. So I'm going to read Michael Action Smith. He says, I don't know how, but in the darkest times, because I so believed in this product, I knew I was going to crack it. If you stay in it and you ask the universe, it delivers. So these are small excerpts in the book. And then John Paul DeJoria says, a hindrance to anyone being successful is when there's rejection, they give up. A hindrance to anyone being successful is when there's a rejection, they give up. One of the keys to becoming successful at anything is to be prepared for a lot of rejection. And don't let it affect you. A lot of people aren't prepared when they start something and they figure they're a failure and it stops them. If all these rejections didn't happen, I could never have started John Paul Mitchell Systems. So he's the hair product guy that John Paul Mitchell. So failures and mistakes. We make mistakes. It wouldn't be any fun if we didn't make mistakes. If I went out and played golf and every one of the 18 holes I hit a hole in one, I wouldn't be playing golf for very long. I mean, if you have to go into the rough occasionally to make the game, I mean, you have to go into the game into the rough occasionally to make the game interesting, not too often. And that was from Warren Buffett. We know Warren Buffett's a business uh, magnate and investor. Elaine Beachley says, if you take the time to reflect back on some of your so-called failures and mistakes or setbacks and disappointments, you realize they are all necessary parts of our journey. And I'll read one more. Laird Hamilton says, you have to be willing to subject yourself to failure. I know that for me, the greatest lessons come from the failures, not the successes. What leads us closer, that's what leads us closer to our dream. If you haven't acquired the necessary qualities of discernment or good judgment to realize your dream, failures and mistakes will ensure you develop them. I'm going to reread that. If you haven't acquired the necessary qualities of discernment or good judgment to realize your dream, failures and mistakes will ensure you develop them. You could put your trust in something because of what someone else said and it fails. You could make a decision without thinking things through and find you've made a big mistake. When you reflect back on the failure or the mistake, however, you might see there were red flags or warning signs you ignored that were telling you something wasn't right. In other words, you ignored your intuition. And so this is in sync with meditation, with what I teach. I teach vision mapping, which is all about a process of clarifying your visions and then creating action steps to get to them. And if you're interested in more of that, feel free to private message me, and we can discuss how to go about doing that, creating your vision map. And so the practice of meditation, the practice of watching your thoughts, is to tap into that God conscience, that inner voice that we all have, and that wants us to lead happy, joyful, free lives. And yet, ego often gets in the way, telling us, guiding us, grabbing onto that ego and letting it guide us, and then wondering why we're struggling so hard. When in fact, the answers are really inside. And so as you practice today's meditation, watch those thoughts. Watch those thoughts coming in like the ocean waves, and breathe those thoughts out. And be mindful of how many thoughts are ego, wanting to take you for a ride into a story that is about your future or something from your past that might be holding you back. So let those thoughts come in and then breathe those thoughts out. No attachments, no creating stories or judgments, letting them be, quieting your mind, relaxing your body, practicing meditation. Get really comfortable and still Deep breath in through your nose, all the way into your chest, into your belly. And a big sigh out through your mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose, all the way into your belly. Breathe it out through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Now get comfortable. I'll mind the time. And let's meditate go for 6 minutes. And I will let you know when we're at 6 minutes. Slowly and gently come back into the room. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Slowly open your eyes. When the thoughts surround you, are you able to witness them, watch them? I like what in the book about the failures and walking through failures, Laird Hamilton says there's a formula for this process. First, you have to believe that it's possible, it being your dream, your vision. Then you have to be willing to fail. You get back up and you do it again, and pretty soon you're like, wow, I'm going. And then I'm getting a little bit better. And then I'm really good at this. And then pretty soon you're at the top and you realize it wasn't about getting to the top, it was about the process. And you get addicted to the process of it. Are any of you getting addicted to daily meditation? Please share what your journey is looking like. And thank you so very much for meditating with me today.